Okay, episode 2 on the CLK, thank you for coming back. So, what we're going to do in this episode is ignore the sun that is beaming down right on me, and hopefully that goes away soon and isn't directly over the drive so I can wash this. And what we're going to do is get these badges off. Not the Merc badge, the CLK 270 and the CDI, which you probably won't be able to see. I'll see what I can do in editing about this big orange thing in the sky. And there's a sticker on here, which I'll show you. I need to take off. What is run rig? I do not know what run rig is. If anyone knows, please drop a comment down below, because I do not have a clue what run rig is, and I can't be able to Google it, because what if it's something weird and then I've got like my search history? You know, you just got to think about it. Anyway, what we're going to do first is sort the vent out in the dash. So, what we really need to be doing is sorting the caliper out, but Autodoc are doing what Autodoc do best and taking ages to send it. So, in the meantime, we'll look for things to do. So, this vent sticks up at the back, and I'm hoping, because when you push it in this side, it goes in, it won't go in that side, it feels like it needs to come out fully and then go back in at a different angle. So I'm hoping I can just do this. Okay. Ah yeah, the back needs to hook under first. Okay, that makes so much sense. What is... I don't know why this basket thing is like... Okay, I'm not too sure what's going on there, but we'll just ignore that. We'll put that back in there. There we go. Nearly. That didn't sit quite right. Let me, when we're on the right track, let me sort that out. Okay, so that sits a lot better now. As I thought, the back, it kind of hooks in and then comes down, and there's like a basket underneath it. It's real weird, but it kind of come out of this, like where it sits in within this, so I had to just reattach that and put it down. Fortunately, this little plastic bit, it's only got one of the 4 tabs that's meant to stick it down, but I might just put a dab of like glue or something just to keep it in, because like having this off doesn't give it... I can't even get it off now, so obviously that's great. Having like being able to remove this doesn't give any benefit whatsoever. You don't need to, so I might just put a tiny dab of glue at front and back of that and just hold that down. But it's a lot better. Doesn't fit 1000% flush, but it's, you know, 18 years old. That's been in the sun for all that time. Still waiting on a adapter for the radio, so when that comes I'll show you how to keep the factory like OEM radio, but I utilise Bluetooth streaming to it. It's pretty simple, pretty cheap. It's like 20 quid, 15-20 quid, and you just need a soldering iron or even like some connector blocks. And it's not bad. So I'll show you, because I've done it on the saloon, so I'll do it on this as well. And then I did get a phone holder, but the vents on this, I got it for the vent one, so it was nice and concealed. It was a magnetic one. One, the magnet blocked my wireless charging, and 2, the vents on this are real deep, so it didn't go to like the back. So I wanted one that sticks on the windscreen and it'll just come out and sit here. Shouldn't block vision too much. So the other one has gone in the wife's car on the vent, so at least then we'll have the same like sort of system, and we can just magnetise it. The interior needs a good clean. I'll do that tonight if I can be bothered. However, it is absolutely roasting, so we'll see. Floor mats need changing as well. The dirt clip onto the original fixing point, so it just scrunches up at the bottom. Might get some from like car mats for you or something. But for the interior, that's pretty much it. Apart like for the immediate, you know, time frame. There's no like, there's a few big jobs I need to do. Like, I'd love to retrofit some seats, you know, the memory heated filling, blah blah, but it's expensive, and yeah, I will get around to it at some point, I'm sure. The other thing that I really need, because I can't drive anywhere without a drink, not a beer, but like a nice kind of lemon Fanta or a Monster or something. There's a cup holder that goes in there, and it comes out and it opens out, and you can buy the module, but it's like 55 quid. So I'm going to shop around a bit, see if I can get something. I need to figure out how to install it as well, because apparently it's a ball ache, and I can't find any info on how it comes out. So short of breaking loads of plastic, we'll hang fire on that. But I do need that sorting, because yeah, I'm just having to gulp my drink or get my wife to hold it if she's in the car. But yeah, so that's it on the interior for the immediate time frame. Okay, now onto the debadging. I've got some tire and glue remover and stuff. There's loads of sap around this. I'm just going to use a heat gun gently to heat up the adhesive behind this. Just checking the panel, making sure I'm not letting the paint it's so too hot. keeping it moving at all times. And then I should use some like fishing wire or something, but I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to peel it. Alright, paint's getting pretty hot pretty fast, so in theory. The paint's really hot, obviously, but alright, I'm gonna get something. This is absolutely not the correct way to do this, but I'm gonna make sure I don't touch the paint and just get in that tiny gap. Okay, there we go, she's off. That's the C. Just pulling it off with my fingertip first. Or with my fingernail, rather. I'm just pulling that off. Okay, so as you can see, it's left loads of adhesive, so I'm going to just try and heat that up and roll it off with my thumb first before I resort to any more aggressive methods. Some of this is quite hard on here, but we'll get as much of it off as we can this method before we resort to using any chemicals, especially while it's, you know, hot and in the sun. I'm just being careful not to dig anything into the paint, which is again why a pick is not the correct method, but I made sure I got it in between and didn't touch the actual paint itself. Right, I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to take a while, and then we'll move on to 270 and then, yeah, so we'll do that. Alright, so here's what it looks like after pulling the badges off and some agitation with some tiring glue remover and some cleanser fluid. There's loads of sap in the paint as well, don't worry about that, but loads of ghosting as you can see, and there's still lots of residue on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pressure washer out and see if I can blast that residue off. I've had good luck with that in the past once it's softened. Then I'll come back in, maybe clay bar it as well. I'll be able to get like 90% of it off, and then the rest will just get picked up with the polishing, but I don't just want to clog up the pad with the adhesive, so we'll get as much off as we can, so let's do that. Okay, so run rig is gone, whatever that is. Just blasted that off with a pressure washer, like literally at close range, and it stickers, yeah, you're fine with that most of the time. I cleared over that because I seem to see the ghosting a little bit. Whether that comes back, I don't know, but I have to polish the glass. And you can see most of the adhesive's gone, but you can still see the ghosting. I don't know how well it's going to come across on camera, but yeah, I think you can see it. There are a few marks here and there, like around the badges, I assume, where people have dug in trying to clean. And even if I could have inflicted it, I didn't use the gentlest method, but there's like tiny little chips every now and again. But I mean, one, I've got a touch-up pen if I'm really that bothered in the future, and I know the method to do it quite well. You can, you know, sand the area a tiny bit, put the paint on, proud, wet sand it down, and then polish it, and it's usually fine. I might do that, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how bad it comes out when I've polished it, so, because there was already little areas like this. But this is going to get a lip spoiler anyway, so. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is wash the car thoroughly. I've cleared the rest of this like area for when I polish, so there's no sap getting picked up, hopefully. But yeah, I will wash the car thoroughly to get rid of all this sap off it, and then we'll dry it, and then when we're done, we'll come back and we'll sort this out finally.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, Everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me?
Alright, so you can still see the ghosting, and there's a tiny little bits of adhesive left where it's just bonded to the paint. Even the clear won't take it off, but it's a lot better. I've cleared this full area and same on the other side so that it's smooth, no contaminants, and we're going to polish it. I don't know where the hell my small polishing backing plate has gone, so that's good. So I'm just going to be careful and use a smaller pad that'll fit nicely in this area on the bigger backing plate. This whole thing's been a bit sketchy, but it's going to get the job done. So I'm going to polish this with some Ultimate Compound and a cutting pad, and hopefully this should come out after a few passes. Hopefully I won't have to resort to wet sanding, but I have done that before on my Volvo. It looks like an old Volvo I had. It looked like someone it was like a D5 badge here, great engine, 5-cylinder. It looked like someone had super glued it, and it was like rock hard. Petrol wouldn't take it off, tire and glue remover, yeah, it was bad. So I literally had to wet sand it down, and it was hard then. So without further ado, let's get on to this. Alright, so you've got to be careful, there's loads of Velcro exposed. Again, don't know where my smaller pad's gone. This is definitely sketchy, but it'll do the job. Tried and tested method of Maguire's M105 or Ultimate Compound and M205 finishing polish. I have applied a liberal amount, and I'm going to do the whole area so it looks natural. And also we'll be able to see what this paint's capable of, because like the saloon, I don't really feel comfortable polishing it because there's just rust everywhere and blotches and imperfections, but this is pretty clean. It's probably worth the effort when I can be bothered. Right, so let's go. Literally the tiniest bits of adhesive left. I'm just getting them off with my nail, but barely, obviously, barely touching it with my nail, if you will. I'll give a real quick another pass with the Ultimate Compound, and then just on the affected area, put a bit more pressure on, and then we'll go on with the polish. Look at that. You'd never know that was there. And the paint looks banging as well. Like I say, tiny little chips and a few imperfections, but I don't think that's come up bad at all for 17, 18-year-old paint. So let me do the other side. See the ghost in here? CDI, see it there? get that gone. Same story as the other side, there's just a tiny bit of adhesive. But it's so deteriorated after that, I can just take it off. Oh, nice, easy. I think if you look really closely in the right light, you can still see some of the lettering. But I think I'd have to wet sand to get it 100%, but it's like very difficult to tell, so. I'm pretty happy with that, let's carry on. Unreal. Right, let's get the polish on it and just make that pop. And this colour, it looks flat, but there's actually loads of metallic in it in the sun. So it's a really dynamic colour, so probably don't even really need to polish it, but I've got the polisher out, so I will. So look at that after the polish. That is beautiful. Let's see if you can get to see some of that metallic. It's just from a phone light, but I don't know if you can see that metallic popping. Hard to focus on camera, but yeah, beautiful colour, really nice, tanzanite blue. And there's still a few little swirls in it, a few little random depth scratches, and you know, but it looks pretty good on the whole, I've got to say. Yeah, pretty happy with that. What I should do now is wipe that down with like cleanser fluid or IPA, something like that, and check the true condition and then put protection on, but we'll get around to that at some point. It'll be fine for now. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Now it is getting on a bit and I'm running out of energy. I've been at work, been to the gym and then done this, so what I'm going to do, I'm out of breath from that, bloody hell. What I'm going to do is do the interior tomorrow and that'll finish up the video, so catch it with you then. Alright, first update, next day we have a phone holder, that's good. So that's got like a little magnetic thing on the back of my phone. There's no great position for it, but like, it's not bad. It's out of the way enough. Yeah, doesn't block my field of view too much more than one of the long ones. But yeah, does the job, so I'm just glad I got that in. And my wife's car has the same sort of company, like style one, so I can, if I jump in hers, I can just do the same, so. Easy enough. So next we're going to clean the interior. I'm not going absolutely ham on this. I'm just getting it presentable, and so it's had a clean in my ownership, so at least I'm not sitting in someone else's skin cells. As you can see, it's alright, it's just general dust. The leather seats are a bit shiny. I'm going to hit them with some leather cleaner. There's a few marks here. And then on the bottom of the doors there's like this, like a tide mark almost. And I don't really know what's going on with that, so I'm hoping that we can get that out, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, I'm not gonna film too much of it. It's really hard to film the interior clean of a car. Try it, let me know how you get on. It's really hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you what I can, and we'll come back to you when we're done. Okay, so I'm actually filming this separately to the rest of the interior clean, which you're gonna see. To you it'll look like one part, so that's good. I need to pop out in the car. We're going out for a day or something, but look at the steering wheel. I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but it's so like matted, you can't see the pores of the steering wheel. Actually just disgusting. Like, I went out to, I can't remember what I did, I nipped out to the shop in it yesterday and I had to wash my hands when I got back because it's just disgusting. So we're going to clean this. It's just really ingrained dirt. I mean, the car's like clean on a surface level but not in depth. So we've got some leather cleaner because we need a bit of extra bite, and I've just got a bucket filled up with really hot water and a brush and some towel, and I put a little bit of all-purpose cleaner in there. That's usually my go-to, but I've got the leather cleaner for a bit of extra bite. I'm just going to get it right into the pores of the steering wheel. It's a bit of a messy process this, but obviously you can wipe up afterwards. The colour of that foam is disgusting. Absolutely rancid. Make sure to get around the back as well. A microfiber would probably be okay, but I feel like a brush just gets in the pores a bit better. And then don't forget like round where the stitching is. I'm going to wipe that off and see the difference. Be quite aggressive with this. Maybe it is actually wear. So I'm struggling to tell if that's dirt or wear because the surface, when we do this on our other car, usually comes out a lot cleaner, but I think that's actually wear feeling it because it doesn't have that smooth top coating. So I think the steering wheel is actually worn. Either way, it still feels disgusting, so it needs doing. But yeah, that is actually wear, so that's quite annoying. So that is actually wear, yeah. So I'm going to need a new steering wheel at some point, so that's good. I'll get this one recovered maybe, because I know the rest of it's good. Nevertheless, I'll clean the rest of it. Okay, so as you can see, it's still a bit wet, obviously, where it's drying off. But yeah, that's actually just made it really matte. So I knew I knew there was a chance the coating would be damaged, but yeah, it's concurrent with the fact the stitching's damaged as well. So yeah, there was always a chance I was taking. It's an old, it's an old car. There was always a chance. I went with quite a non-aggressive method of cleaning, really. Or despite what it might look like, this is pretty mild. I'm not steaming it. I'm not using a scrub brush or anything. It feels okay at the bottom, but yeah, you can definitely tell up here. You can hear the curtains come off, so that feels awful now. So a couple of options. I might get a new one and just swap over like my known good parts. I don't think they're too expensive second hand, or potentially I can get this recovered if it isn't too expensive. Maybe like in a bit thicker, a bit sportier, in a nice perforated leather or something, so it looks factory fresh. We'll see. I'll weigh up the options. Okay, so now looking clean. Back seats are looking satin, really nice. It's a really good condition back there. Yeah, everything's a nice matte finish, non-sticky, non-slippy. How leather should be from the factory. None of that shiny stuff. I hate it. Front seats, obviously it's got a bit of wear on it anyway, so it's not ever going to come up perfect, and it is still a little bit shiny, but I think with the repeated application and when I wipe it down with the all-purpose cleaner as part of my sort of regular cleaning routine anyway, I think that'll just take it off over time. So I don't want to be too aggressive on it in one hit. So now I'm just going to finish cleaning. So what I usually do for like the rest of the surfaces is get a bucket of hot water and a microfiber towel, little detailing brush for the areas. I've put some Surfex HD all-purpose cleaner in there, and that's usually all I do, unless it needs anything really in-depth, which this car doesn't. So detailing brush for the crevices, towel for the large surfaces, pretty self-explanatory. Just wring that out really well, and the hot water means it evaporates off, so there's no streaks left behind or anything, and you can kind of knock out the interior of the car pretty quick with this if it's not too bad. So let's get on with that. Look at the colour of the water that's come out from what was quite a clean car, really. Oh, my camera ain't even able to focus on it. Hello? Look at that, that is disgusting. Alright, let's get rid of that. Okay, now, the cherry on top, a little tree's new car scent. I always get compliments on these whenever anyone gets in my car, and I've done it recently. Everyone's just like, oh, your car just smells so fresh. And it's genuinely just one of these. And I always hang it from here. It don't get on your knee, and it's kind of out of the way. It doesn't obscure your field of view as if you're hanging it from here, and it just smells amazing. I always get compliments on them, like I say. No free feet pics for you guys. Yeah, and with that, we are done for this episode. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please let me know down in the comments below. Commenting really helps me out, and I really like reading them. I know that sounds like YouTuber cliche, but I genuinely really do enjoy reading them and just like interacting with you guys. It's crazy. Building a little tiny community. So yeah, I really enjoy that. You know, subscribe to me, give it a like, all that sort of stuff. In the next video, we will be doing most likely the caliper and hopefully the radio, getting the Bluetooth sorted in here. And then most of the little niggles are sorted, and we can go on to... Bruh. Oi, I've just cleaned in there, get out. Diddy. Come on, out. Yeah, and then we can go to the more fun stuff. Some big bits that I've ordered should be there then, and we can start showing you around them, and yeah, exciting stuff. So stay tuned for more. So thanks again. See you guys in the next one.